for this section, we're going to talk about whether a number is a zero of a function or not. So I'm going to give you a function, f of x, and I want to know if 1 is a zero of the function or if 0 is a zero of the function. A number is a zero of a function if the answer you get is 0. So a is a zero, then like a is a zero of f of x if f of a is equal to 0. So plugging in 0 doesn't mean it's going to be a 0. I have to get 0 as my answer for it to be a 0. Okay? So let's try it. F of 1 would be 2 times 1 to the third minus 4 times 1 squared plus 5 times 1. So that's 2 minus 4 plus 5. That is 7 minus 4, which is 3. So no, it is not a 0. 1 is not a 0 of the function. Okay. If I try f of 0, I get 2 times 0 to the third minus 4 times 0 squared plus 5 times 0. That's going to be 0. So yes, it is. Okay. Maybe give you an example of another equation. Let's say f of x is x squared plus 7x plus 12. Let's check negative 3 and let's check positive 4. Okay?
Are you just picking those numbers?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just randomly picking them. It'll be part of the question. So if I check f of negative 3, that's positive 9 minus 21 plus 12. And 9 and 12 is 21, minus 21 equals 0. So we say negative 3 is a 0 of the function. Yeah. We also might say it's a root. It's a root of the function. Okay. On your graphing calculators, when you go, if you were to graph this and you want to find where it crosses the x-axis, you do second calculate 0, because it's called a 0 of the function. You're looking for the 0. But if I plug in 4, I get 16 plus 28 plus 12. That's going to be a positive number. So no, 4 is not a 0 of the function. Does that make sense?
And those numbers you picked are just going to be part of the question?
Yeah. If I give you f of x equals 3x plus 7, and I say find all zeros of the function, then you're going to take the equation and set it equal to 0. You're going to plug 0 in for f of x. So basically, you're just going to set it equal to 0 and solve, which you guys are used to doing. Okay? And so then you would move the 7 over. So negative 7 equals 3x. So negative 7/3 would equal x when we want it to equal 0. So negative 7/3 would be the 0 of that function. It's really kind of just vocabulary.
So when you plug the 0 in for x, you don't plug it in for the other side?
No.
Okay.
Plugging 0 in for x just goes in for x. And on this one, it happened to give us 0 as an answer because there was an x in every term. We had an x here and an x here and an x here. So when I plugged 0 in, I got 0 minus 0 plus 0.
So 0 is a 0 of the function?
Yeah, f of x.
It can be. Only on this one it is.
Because
0 is a 0 of this function. But if I give you, if I plug it in here, f of 0 is equal to 7. So 0 is not a 0 of this function. Every function has different zeros. Okay? Okay, then this is the part you'll like. This is the easy part that you'll remember. So let's say I give you f of x is equal to 2x squared plus 3. And I say find f of 3. What's that mean? What do you do there? Plug in 3, exactly. So 2 times 9 plus 3, 18 plus 3 would be 21. What if I say f of negative 3? Is that going to be the same answer or a different answer? It's going to be the same, because if I take negative 3 and square it, I still get a positive 9 times 2 plus 3, so I get 21. If there's a letter involved, like what if I say find f of m plus 4? In that case, you're still going to replace, here we replaced x with 3, here we're going to replace x with m plus 4. So 2 times m plus 4 squared plus 3. Does everybody see what I did there? I'm replacing the x. I'm still working with f of x is 2x plus 3. If I want f of m plus 4, I'm going to put m plus 4 in place of the x. And I'm going to get a new equation. If I plug in a number, I'm going to get a number. If I plug in a letter, I'm going to get a new expression with a letter in it. Okay? So first you have to multiply that out. You get m squared plus 8m plus 16. Then you distribute the 2 through. Do not distribute the 2 through here before you square it. You got to square it first. And please do not think this is m squared plus 16. Please remember m plus 4 squared is m plus 4 times m plus 4, and you get that middle term. Okay? So 2m squared plus 16m plus 32 plus 3. So 2m squared plus 16m plus 35. So that is f of m plus 4.